two global powerhouses. Two different visions for the world. On one side, the G7, historically the world's most powerful economies. On the other hand, BRICS is a rising force that is challenging the status quo. Which one holds the key to the future of global power? Today, we're diving into one of the biggest global rivalries shaping our world, BRICS versus G7. It's more than just economics, it's about geopolitics, influence, and the future of global leadership. So grab your coffee, hit that like button, and let's break it down. Let's start with the basics. What exactly are BRICS and G7? G7. The group of seven includes the USA, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, Italy, and Japan, plus the European Union as a non-enumerated member. These are traditionally the wealthiest, most industrialized nations, shaping global policies for decades. BRICS, an alliance of emerging economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, focusing on economic cooperation, alternative financial systems, and challenging Western dominance. Now, the G7 has been around since the 1970s, formed as an exclusive club of the world's wealthiest nations. But BRICS? They emerged as a response to the Western-dominated financial order. Initially coined as a term by an economist at Goldman Sachs, BRICS turned into a real geopolitical alliance. So, who is bigger economically? Well, it depends on how you measure it. Economic dominance between the G7 and BRICS depends on the metric used. The G7 leads in wealth per capita, financial markets, and technological advancements, while BRICS has the edge in population size, rapid growth, and resource dominance. China and India drive global economic expansion, while Russia plays a key role in energy markets. BRICS has surpassed the G7 in purchasing power parity and is reducing reliance on Western financial institutions through initiatives like the New Development Bank. While the G7 retains institutional influence, BRICS is reshaping global economic dynamics, challenging traditional hierarchies. But economic power isn't the only factor that defines global dominance. Political and financial influence matter just as much. The G7 has long shaped global policies, from setting international trade rules to leading climate change agreements and imposing sanctions on countries like Russia and Iran. Their influence extends through institutions like the IMF, World Bank, and WTO, which often set the terms for global economic governance. However, BRICS is pushing back, seeking to challenge Western-led institutions and create a multipolar world. One of their key strategies is establishing independent financial structures, such as the New Development Bank, which offers an alternative to the IMF and World Bank. Unlike traditional lenders, the NDB provides loans with fewer conditions, appealing to emerging economies looking for infrastructure and development funding without the usual political strings attached. This growing influence signals a shift in global power, as BRICS nations work to redefine economic and geopolitical leadership. Here's where things get interesting. For decades, the US dollar has been the world's dominant reserve currency, serving as the backbone of international trade, financial markets, and global economic stability. Countries around the world have relied on the dollar for transactions, reserves, and investments, reinforcing its status as the world's most powerful currency. However, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are actively working to challenge this dominance. By promoting alternative currencies, increasing trade settlements in local currencies, and even exploring the creation of a new common BRICS currency, these emerging economies aim to reduce their dependence on the US dollar and shift the global financial landscape. If successful, this move could weaken the dollar's influence, reshape international trade, and alter the balance of economic power on a global scale. But let's be real, both groups have their problems. BRICS may present a united front, but its members don't always see eye to eye. China and India have ongoing border tensions, which have led to military standoffs and strained diplomatic relations. Russia, a key player in the group, faces heavy Western sanctions that limit its economic interactions. Meanwhile, Brazil and South Africa struggle with political instability, corruption, and economic challenges that sometimes hinder their long-term strategic goals. These differences make BRICS a complex and sometimes fragile alliance, with internal disagreements that can slow down collective decision-making and limit its ability to act as a cohesive global force. BRICS is expanding. Several nations, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, Argentina, Egypt, and the UAE, have expressed interest in joining the group. If these countries become members, BRICS could become an even more powerful economic bloc, potentially rivaling the G7's global influence. With the addition of resource-rich nations like Saudi Arabia and Iran, BRICS would strengthen its hold on global energy markets, while countries like Argentina and Egypt would add to its economic and geopolitical reach. Expanding BRICS means access to more resources, larger consumer markets, and greater diplomatic leverage on the world stage. However, it also brings challenges. With more members come differences in political systems, economic priorities, and regional interests, making coordination and unity even more complex. Managing these dynamics will be crucial for BRICS to function effectively as a counterweight to Western-led institutions. So, where is this all headed? Will BRICS overtake the G7? Or will the G7 adapt and maintain its grip on global leadership? Scenario 1: BRICS grows, expands membership, and shifts global financial power away from the West. Scenario 2: G7 remains dominant by innovating, reinforcing alliances, and staying ahead economically. Scenario 3: a multipolar world where neither group dominates, but rather, influence is balanced. Honestly, the world is moving towards a more multipolar order, where influence is more evenly spread across different regions. And that means we're entering an era of uncertainty but also opportunity. What do you think? Will BRICS take over the global economy, or will the G7 keep its dominance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for deeper insights into global trends. See you next time.